what's all this? We got packages and some more. What's up with y'all, man? Hope everyone's having a pretty good day. Thank you for tuning back in for another video. Go ahead and update you all. So I decided I'm going E85. Let's just go and get that out the way. I'm going E85. For you guys that watched my last video, you guys seen where I was just so undecided if I was gonna keep this car right here, my 2014 Shelby GT500 on pump gas, or if I was gonna go E85. Well, these are some e1300s. I already have my booster pump, Kenny Bell dual competition booster pump right here. So this and these equals E85. Well, a line tune. We need a line tune. For you guys that was wondering if I was gonna go 85, yes I am. We're doing E85. We got some more goodies that done came in. Right here, my JLT 123 intake. Yeah, here we go. So, got the intake. I went with the blue oil filter. You guys probably seen this already, but for you guys that haven't, got my VMP 67 millimeter throttle body right there. Got my, let's get some stuff out the way. 90 millimeter idler. So with this combo right here and everything that's on the car already, the headers and the cams, this should put this car at 800 wheel horsepower. We will see 800 wheel horsepower, I guarantee you. These mods right here are the last pieces to go ahead and push us up there. Now, all that's left is for me to do a dyno on this car. I actually had one scheduled for yesterday. Today's Sunday, yesterday, Saturday, but it started to rain. I didn't want to risk driving this thing in the rain on these drag radials. Told them we're gonna reschedule for another time. Hopefully within a couple of days, I'll be able to have it on the dyno, get some baseline numbers with the headers and the cams on here, get some numbers, and then we're gonna get all these parts bolted up. And then get another dyno just to see how much all these things added. I do kind of want to do a 93 octane dyno and then an E85 dyno. If you guys be interested in something like that, leave that down below. But yeah, I am interested in this, just to see how much it'll make with all these mods on 93 versus E85. That way I can kind of see if me paying the hot bucks for these were worth it. She's finna go up in power by a lot. Hopefully these Nittos NT 555Rs, y'all can see right there, will hold up to the task. If not, I might be looking at going with a weld. Start in the rear with some welds and then eventually go to the front set. Them things are not cheap, but we might have to do that in order to hold the power. Let's see here, these sides back here are, I believe, a 305, yeah, 305, 35, 20. And then up front, I believe I got a 275, 40, 19. Got everything laid out right here. All these goodies right here. Gonna put the Shelby on up there, man. I'm excited. So the 2.4 pulley, 90 millimeter idler, e1300X injectors, dual competition Kenny Bell 21 volt booster pump, 67 millimeter VMP throttle body. Not the prettiest, but we can get that thing polished up. And of course the 123 JLT intake. And then we got the headers down up under there. Then we got the cams up in here. So I think this baby, she ready to rock and roll. I'm so excited, man. Dyno mods installed, pulls, and then we're gonna see if we're gonna need some more tires. So yeah, well, I got you guys here for a moment. I figure I'd just go over some of the mods and just let you guys know what we're expecting as far as power-wise from each mod and the purpose that they serve. So right here, what I'm holding is the 2.4 VMP stock lookalike pulley. The stock size pulley is a 2.7, so this is significantly smaller than a 2.4. So the install of this pulley will increase the boost of the Shelby by 2 or 3 PSI. I think that's good for about 20 to 25 horsepower just from downsizing and pulley size. Next, I'm gonna talk about the air intake, which is right here. Like I said, I went with the blue filter. The JLT, this probably will pick me up anywhere between Honestly, 15 and 25 horsepower. That's my guess. The whole purpose of the cold air intake is to get colder air, which is denser and holds more oxygen for a given volume. The colder the air, the better. We're gonna be pushing in a whole lot more colder air. That's the purpose, I guess, of this shield right here to help shield from the heat in the engine bay. Gotta sit in here. Now, like I said, the shield around it will be blocking heat from hitting that air filter. So since the heat will be blocked, that means colder air will be traveling inside the motor. A lot cooler air anyways, versus if it was just sitting out without the heat shield. And this is more of a straight tube design over my OEM one. My OEM one seems like it has like a resonator in here that muffles the supercharger sound. I hear with the install of the JLT, the supercharger sound will be a lot more noticeable, and expect to pick up like 15 to 25 horsepower. Right here we got the 67 millimeter throttle body VMP. This probably will increase up to 25 wheel horsepower and retain the stock drivability. That's real key for me. I don't want to see. I've ran a monoblade before. You can have some drivability issues with them, a little bit of surging or whatnot. But I read reviews that say that the VMP twin jet 67 millimeter drives like stock. But yeah, the 67 millimeter throttle body, which is 7 millimeters over the stock throttle body, which is a 60 millimeter, it will increase the airflow due to the bigger millimeter sizing. But with the increase in size, the more power will be generated, and maximum airflow is key to increasing ponies. So yeah, that's gonna help push a lot of air inside the motor throughout the entire system. And the Kenny Bell booster pump over here, this will not actually increase any horsepower in the Shelby, but its function is to basically eliminate the need for expensive fuel lines and increase fuel pump flow up to 75% with the competition model, which is what I have there. And basically it compensates for reduction of voltage pump delivery from voltage drop by lights and accessories. It'll help basically deliver all the voltage and power needed to have the pumps operating in optimal conditions needed to, like I said, deliver all the fuel that I'm gonna need from this total package upgrade. And let's move on to the 90 millimeter idler, which is this right here. And this basically is the VMP 90 millimeter idler pulley, which uses a factory size and brand NSK. It's heavy duty bearing. Let's see, you see, yeah, NSK right there, yeah. So heavy duty bearing. When the proper size bearing is used, the need for double bearing is eliminated. Using this 90 millimeter idler, it gives more belt wrap on the supercharger pulley, reduced belt slip, and this pulley, which is my favorite thing about it, is that it's stealthy, especially for guys that are looking to retain the OEM warranty and you want to go with things that looks stock, so that way you can, I guess, won't get flagged and lose your warranty or whatever. It's kind of like this pulley right here. This looks really similar to the stock pulley. You can get away with this over, say, like a stainless steel one or like a shiny one that just stands out. That's one of the reasons why I did go with this over at Ox Idler. I believe that's how you say it. There's a little more going on with those pulleys. I hope, God, this is making some sense. I'm kind of going off the fly and just kind of sharing with you all some of the research that I have done, and I hope that I'm able to explain it to you all in a way where you can kind of get an understanding, of the function that each one of these parts play. Like the injectors here, the e8500 injectors. What role do these things play? The whole function of these are, they will support my increase in horsepower over my stock injectors, as well as giving me the option to run E85. These injectors will be up to the task in delivering the demand of fuel this car will desire, okay? This car is gonna start desiring a whole lot more fuel due to like this increase in power. The car is gonna be, it's gonna be hungry. So we gotta make sure that we feed her. So we need bigger injectors. So basically, in a nutshell, fuel injectors help to give the car the correct amount of fuel that is needed in order to run. They spray a fine mist. The way they work is they spray a fine mist out that mixes with the air and goes into the intake manifold to create a combustion. You may ask, what is a combustion? A combustion is a basic chemical process of releasing energy from a fuel and air mixture. In an internal combustion engine, the ignition and combustion of the fuel occurs within the engine itself. The engine then partially converts the energy from the combustion to work. That was from a quick Google research, guys. I want to give you all a thorough definition of the combustion process. So yeah, they spray a fine mist out that mixes with the air and goes into the intake manifold to create a combustion. And I just gave you guys the definition of combustion, which is the basic chemical process of releasing energy from a fuel and air mixture in an internal combustion engine. The ignition and combustion of the fuel occurs within the engine itself. The engine then partially converts the energy from the combustion to work. This allows the Audi 1300X to flow at a massive 1340 cc's or 127.6 pounds per hour flow rate. So yeah, for you guys that already know about injectors, yeah, you guys probably know exactly what I was just saying. I'm still in the process, and I'm sure many of you all are as well, of just learning just the overall functions of a car, how it works, how power is just contained and just stored and just is on tap whenever you're ready to use it. How does air create more horsepower? Like, I'm trying to learn all this stuff, guys. And you know, this is my first time really just diving this deep into, you know, just mods and just performance. And I'm just willing to learn like as much as I can. And I'm pretty sure along the way, you don't have no choice but to get better. You're really just passionate about something and you really want to figure something out. You put your all into it and you just believe, and so before you know it, you're calling yourself a master mechanic, man. You be out there in the garage working on the car yourself, and you could be breaking down the terminology and just the functions of all type of parts to other people who want to learn. But yeah, I just thought that I'd do something a little bit different. Instead of just telling you all what I have or what's coming soon, to try to help you all that might be curious about the parts, what they are and how they work, and basically what individual role that they play in creating an 800 horsepower beast, which is what I'm predicting after all of this is installed with the cams and headers. That's how much the Shelby will be making with e85, of course, because of those. And I believe these are what, stainless steel, so this will help. But these being all stainless steel casings that'll fight against corrosion, which is great. I believe all the lines in the Shelby GT500 is already stainless steel, so that will help with the alcohol in the E85. And booster pump is gonna make sure that the pumps are up to the task of delivering the fuel flow through the pumps. Make sure the pumps can pump well enough to deliver the fuel required to operate this beast. But yeah, man, let me wrap this video up. It's getting a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. I hope you guys found this video helpful, interesting, useful. If you did, just hit a big thumbs up. Share a comment down in the comment section. Hey, I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to hear, you guys' feedback. I actually look forward to it. I don't know it all, wouldn't pretend to know it all. I'll be the first one to let you all know that I don't, because if you pretend like you know everything, how do you learn? How will you learn? Subscribe if you haven't already. That'll help out a lot. And hit the big thumbs up. Till next time, I'm gonna catch you all in the next one. Y'all take it easy. One other thing too, guys. For you all that's been following the channel a while, and when I mean a while, I'm talking about from the beginning. You all know that, how can I put this? My videos have kind of been like all over the place. It hasn't been like a structure, I guess, flow and content. I was just kind of just posting whatever and however I felt that day about the car, retaining to the car. But now I kind of want to just be a little bit more structured, have more of a journey for you all to follow. That way you all have an ideal of what you clicking on and what you're getting ready to watch, versus just random videos. Basically, you don't have no ideal of the backstory of the car and just what direction I'm going. You go back the last 2 or 3 videos, they kind of all flow together. Create one big story, a general story that you guys can just follow along with and just be a part of and just grow together with. That way we can all be on the same page and there won't be nearly as much confusion.